he was made president of the preparatory committee for the establishment of the Tibet Autonomous Region, for example, which was what Tibet was going to be called. He was vice chairman of the National People's Congress and so on. So he was clearly being groomed as a political figure. The problem was that, he then becomes a kind of powerful figure, but in Qinghai and Sichuan, the Tibetan populations, previously under Lhasa, as Carmen Amdo, were subject still to these radical reforms. And by the time we get to the Great Leap Forward in the late 50s, 59, 60, 61, mass starvation has set in all over China, including in Qinghai and Sichuan.
Right.
And who do people turn to when they're, who do Tibetan people turn to when they're suffering? They turn to their religious leaders. So the Panchen Lama now is getting all this information about what's happening to his people. He's allowed to travel because he's a big political figure. He sends people to investigate. He goes to Beijing and he brings this up with Mao Zedong and asks him to modify his policies. Mao listens, but nothing happens. So then the Panchen, who was 24 at the time, wrote the famous 70,000 character petition to the Chinese leadership. In fact, he sent it to Zhou Enlai. And it is the most extraordinary, detailed account of the suffering of the people. As a result of that, he ends up in prison. So his move from being a useful
placeman of sorts, yeah,
exactly, to opposition was really triggered by Chinese policies. And he was defending his people, and he went on defending his people. He went to jail for many years, and until after Mao died. He wasn't released until then. And when he came out, Tibet had been devastated.